Yo, what's happening, folks? It is your boys, Sam and Sam, again here with another take on Set the Record Straight with Sam and Sam. And guess who's back in the house, folks?
Me. What's up, y'all? I took a little, I didn't take a break, but I've been busy, working and football, but I'm back for y'all.
Yeah, he's been making it happen. Sam's been busy, but he's back with us again. And folks, this particular episode, we want to get into it like from the rip about this past debacle, the loss of the Cowboys. And folks, let me tell you something. There are a lot of upset Eagles fans out there, and we have every right to be upset. I'm going to be real honest with y'all, because there's nowhere in the world that you go and lose to those bums the way that we did, allowing those bums to come back and score 24 unanswered points as they did. So real quick, we're just going to jump right into it. No preliminaries, nothing, folks. I want to start by talking about the very thing that I mentioned in the last video that I made. The last video that I made, quick recap, I talked with you all about the issue with the offense having more to do with the penalties than actual play calling. Folks, I don't give a mess what A.J. Brown or anyone else says. I don't care. I'll say it louder. I don't care what A.J. Brown or anyone else says. What I have observed is the team moving the football. I know you all have as well. But what I have also observed is them being penalized. I said this in the last video, in crucial particular points during their drives, folks. And I'm going to break this down to you as to the reason why penalties are drive killers. Penalties are drive killers because penalties kill momentum in drives. My goodness, when you are on a drive and you're hot and you get penalized and you set yourself back, every time you're penalized and set yourself back, you take a little more momentum away from your offense. People, it's simple. If you play disciplined football, you cut the penalties, then you keep your offense moving and scoring points. 14 penalties for 100 yards, folks, is ridiculous. And it goes back to exactly what I talked about the last time, which was the fact that the team issues have more to do with penalties than it does play calling. Sammy, what do you have to say about that?
Again, to bounce off of that, right? When you get into situations like 1st and 20, 2nd and 20, not only does it kill momentum, but it gives the defense a chance to pin their ears back.
Well.
And fly after your quarterback.
Well.
They can pin their ears back. They going in the huddle saying, hey, y'all, they got to freaking get a country mile, bro. They got to get a country mile. So what we're going to do is we're going to blitz some linebackers. We're going to send some extra pressure off the edge, and we're going to cover well on the back end, right? And this is why you don't want penalties. You want to stay ahead of the chains. Also, because you stay unpredictable. Play action, RPOs, quick game, hurry up. Like this, staying ahead of the chains allows you to do these things to defenses.
Because it's all predicated on short yardage situations, people. And here's so when I talk about knowing your team makeup, you got to understand what your team does best. And the Eagles basically play their best football when they're playing in short yardage situations. That's the type of team that they are. They're the type of team that plays better when they're ahead of the chains, which means that they're staying ahead in the numbers and where they are on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down. They need 1st and 2, 2nd and 3, 3rd and 4. They need these particular numbers. They need, or rather, 2nd and 2, not 1st and 2, but 2nd and 2, 3rd and 4. Like they need the numbers to work in their favor offensively so that they can play football like Sammy said, the way they like to play it. Tush push, play action, or being able to run a football or throw a short pass, across a slant or something that's really, really short across the middle, because the bottom line is that this team isn't particularly built to play explosive down the field football. And I don't care what people say, oh, we got all these weapons, we got all these high-priced guys. Okay, folks, what the Eagles don't have is down the field speed that threatens any real defense. I'll say it again. The Eagles don't have any down the field speed that threatens any real defense, folks. So they do is they play short yardage ball or intermediate ball that helps them to keep the chains moving. Sam, what you got, man?
Also, again, like, the problem with the Eagles, right, with all the noise going around, is that once again, guys like AJ make comments and stuff like this, the Eagles start going away from what makes the Eagles, which is ground and pound football, bro. Like, notice that the games that Jalen Hurts throws for over 250 passes, it does not usually end well for the Eagles.
That's true.
He threw for 280 against the Broncos.
Very true.
We lost.
Very true.
I think he threw for 259 against the Giants.
No, he threw for more than that against the Giants.
Yeah.
He threw for, that was in a 280 game.
Yeah.
He threw for about
there.
280 yards.
And then
in
this
that
game he throws for 289 and you lose. Because it's just, you don't want to go away from what makes you you, right? And also, to me, that'll help the Eagles get back to what, you know, they do best is I would start Tank Bigsby more, right? Not just, again, because of his running ability to me, but because that guy's an energizer, bro. Like, if I were to describe him, it'd be like the Energizer Bunny, bro. Like, because, like, he's like the less freaking go guys. Like, he's going to break a big one and he's going to let you know about it. Right? So I personally feel like, I'm not necessarily saying bench Saquon, but I would like to see more even carries between them. Because, like, again, like, also, you want to keep Saquon healthy for the playoffs. I mean, and here you have a tough running back sitting behind him that's itching to get carries. So I say, why not? I mean, especially after the way it looked against the Cowboys, 10 carries for 22 yards. I mean, the longest run was 7 yards. Tank Bigsby's longest run was 8 yards, and he had a carry. I mean, so that's something I would like to see from the Eagles.
Go do your homework, folks. And here's the homework I want y'all to go do for those who are going to be tuning into this video. Go do your homework and find out who has more yards per carry. Tank Bigsby or Saquon Barkley. Go do your homework. Find out who has more yards per carry. I'm not going to tell y'all who does, but go take a look. And then once you take a look, we'll make another video telling y'all why that's the case. But the bottom line is that, yes, folks, the Eagles need to start focusing on maybe adding Tank Bigsby a little more in his carries to this offense. We're not saying to push Saquon to the side, but you got to understand what you want to do in regard to your team. You got to know you got to know your personnel and know what they do best and know how they work best.
Exactly.
I'm going to stop right there and leave it at that. Another thing that we saw and we noticed in this game is, again, the team continues to be stagnant in the second half. My goodness. The second half of these games are ridiculous, folks, and I'm going to tell you where I'm going to place the blame on the team being stagnant, and I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. I feel like the stagnation of the team has everything to do with the head coach's particular mentality when it comes to playing football, folks. I'm going to call it out because our job is to do what? Set the record straight. I'm going to set the record straight and call Nick Sirianni a conservative, complacent head coach offensively. I'm telling y'all right now that this team needs a head coach who pretty much tells his team to put their foot on the gas and steamroll these teams out of these daggone stadiums, folks. He's not that type of guy. And I'm going to tell y'all why and how I know he's not that type of guy. Because this is a head coach that told his team in the offseason to forget that they're champions coming into the season. And come on, man. Like,
that's ridiculous.
But, bro, like, what are we talking about here? I know we can't, and folks, we're not going to be here long on this video, but here's what this man needs to understand that his team is made up of. His team is made up of a large majority of SEC players, right? In particular, two programs, Bama and Georgia. These two programs in collegiate football are accustomed to winning championships. The two head coaches that they had, Nick Saban, who was a former head coach at Alabama, and daggone Kirby Smart, who is the current head coach of Georgia, don't play that. They don't tell their players to forget you're a champion coming into a new year. They tell their players, remember you're a champion and get out here and steamroll these bombs that's stepping your way on this football field. Who in the world would tell your coach, what coach would tell their players to forget you're a champion? They'll play like champions if he continues to beat in their head that they're champions and that these bombs are in the way. Go ahead, Sammy.
Again, one last thing before we finally close, man. I have never met, I mean, really in any sport, right? You're not going to get anywhere being passive, bro.
No.
Like, you're not, bro. Like, if I'm Nick Sirianni, I'm telling these dudes, let's come out in this half, bro. Bro, it's a rival, bro. Like, let's go out here and let's embarrass these dudes, bro. Like, I mean, like, because you're not going to get anywhere saying, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Let's just, you know what I'm saying? 3rd and 5, let's just run the ball, you know what I'm saying? We'll just punt and play. No, because this doesn't win you the big games, bro. It does not. Bro.
It does not.
You're not going to get anywhere being conservative and being passive, man.
No, you don't get nowhere in life being conservative, folks. There's a saying that in the street that goes like this: scared money don't make none. Come on, man. How are you a head coach and scared to put your foot on the throttle and scared? And I'm gonna keep it 100 before we close. From his offensive philosophy to his defensive philosophy, don't give up big plays and play it safe on defense. Offensively, you know what I'm saying? Let's just play it safe and play conservative and have explosive plays here and there. That's conservative, scared football. Hey, man, you ain't going to go back to back playing scared like that, folks. And that's really all we got today, folks. That loss was atrocious. It has everything to do with the head coach. That's where I'm placing it. Because the players are going to be a byproduct of the mindset of the head coach. Man, tell your players they're champions. Let your players go out and play like champions and let these guys steamroll guys off this court. And you know what our job is. Our job is to set the record straight and tell y'all what everyone else will not tell y'all. And until next time, like, please, subscribe.
Yes,
Thank
comments.
you, everybody who commented, man. We appreciate y'all so very much. Keep it coming, and we'll holler at y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.
And blessings.
And blessings.